Hey, listen up, everybody. I have a confession for you. The confession is this: I don't take care of back pain, neck pain, headaches, breathing problems, digestion issues, even growing pains that I talked about in my last video. And no, I don't take care of kids that have ADHD or asthma. I don't treat those diseases. I don't treat those conditions. And you gotta think, well, why not? What is this a point? The point is, I take care of nerve issues. Your body knows how to work. Your body knows how to function. It is designed so brilliantly to work in tangent with the body and the surroundings around you. So I'm definitely more than just those symptoms. And that's why people have a hard time understanding how chiropractic works. So I am going to enlighten you today, really how chiropractic works, because it is not about taking care of diseases, it's about getting your body to work better. And so let me explain this. So I am Dr. Randy Wirtz, a neurologically focused pediatric chiropractor that takes care of families and loves seeing families thrive. And when I go through the process of a new patient process, we often examine problems other than back pain, neck pain. Very commonly, a lot of people just don't come in for that anymore. They come in for issues with their children, behavior, seizures, those types of conditions. And the truth is, like I said, I don't take care of those conditions. I restore nerve function. So let me explain how this works. See, the brain and the body have to work together. They have to communicate back and forth through nervous system. You know, the spine comes from the brain and travels out and talks to the body. Likewise, the body has to communicate back to the spine, up through the spinal cord and into the brain, so the brain has a good awareness of what's happening with the body. Well, what happens is we can add stresses to that nervous system. Now, stress can come in three different forms: a physical stress, an emotional stress, or a chemical stress. And you get this chronic stress or an acute sudden stress like birth trauma, or breathing in like chlorine or something like that, fumes, okay? Or an emotional stress like, you know, loss of a loved one. Those build up over time and scramble that nervous system. And if that happens in a child, more susceptible to that stress, because what happens is the nervous system will start to actually rewire. It can actually change the structure of the brain and the neurons in the brain and how they communicate with the body, based on Harvard research. So that scrambles the nervous system, not allowing that to function the way it's programmed to design. So it creates a nerve interference. What we call that is a subluxation. Subluxation is a nervous system that is stuck in stress and causing nerve interference. Well, if the nerves aren't working correctly, we know that communication between the brain and the body are not working correctly. They are off. They're not lined up correctly. That's going to cause a dysfunction in the body and how the body works, okay? And if those nerves are associated with, let's say, the low back, well, we know the low nerves in the low back control the legs. So people can often say numbness in the legs. They also control the bowels, reproductive organs, the bladder. You know, those are some things that we start to see, hey, with digestion as well, where we start to add those symptoms up and say, what's the common link between those? And it's the nerves in the low back, or very other different conditions. So what we do is it's going to cause dis-ease in the body, meaning not a disease like we talked about, but dis-ease. The body just has this tension in it. And left alone and left uncorrected, it's going to cause symptoms to eventually show up. The body says, I give up. I can't take anymore. I can't put up with the stress in the nervous system, and it's going to try to adapt. It's going to try to do its best to overcome that, but eventually it just says, I give up. And so what you're doing is actually the symptoms come at the latter part of a nerve problem, of the problem. And we have to look back to the cause of the problem. Now, eventually you get to a point where it's like, enough is enough. If you have a colicky baby, guess what? It's like, I can only put up with this screaming for so long. And likewise, you do not want to see your child suffer. A child with ADHD, behavior issues, issues with classroom, tension headaches, migraines. You know, when mom has a migraine, the whole family goes down. They're the glue of the family. And so it eventually gets to a point where it starts to affect my life. It takes a toll on your self-esteem. I can't be the best mom I want to be. And sometimes there's mom guilt, or dads get angry because they can't fix the problem. And so that's the point where patients say, enough is enough, we have to do something. And that's usually when we get the phone call. But when we come in here, I understand that you want to take care of those problems, those health challenges, but we have to revert and find the cause. And so what chiropractic is in this office is we're looking at the nervous system. We're finding areas where those nervous system is not compromised, where it's not allowing your body to function, where the body, there's dis-ease in the body, whether there's muscle tension, the joints don't work correctly, your posture is off. All kind of assess, or are going to use those as an assessment to find out where the source of the nerve problem is, where that source of that subluxation is. So when we find that, we're going to find that the body starts working better. There's less problems or tension in the body, and symptoms start to clear up, and the body starts to function so much better, and you're able to live life so much better. So just to reiterate, I'm not focused on the condition, the disease, the symptoms, the asthma, the acid reflux, the colic, the growing pains, the headaches, the migraines, all those different types of conditions, okay? Because I see those as a way of the body not working correctly. And we get your body not working correctly, we turn that light switch on, then the body can function the way it's programmed and designed to function. It starts to heal, it starts to regulate, and you start to live your life much better than before. So I hope this makes sense to you. I know a totally different approach to healthcare, but I hope you understand this, because once you get this, it's gonna flip the world around. And that's why we're able to help people with so many different health challenges, because we're looking at the cause of the problem, not trying to treat the individual diseases that arise as the body is not working correctly. Hey, I am Dr. Randy Wirtz. I hope this makes sense. I hope this gets your mind turning and thinking so much differently than before, and a new way of looking at healthcare. God bless. Take care. Get outside and play. Bye-bye.